Hello. Hello, hello. How is everybody? I'm trying to not glow. Please say hi if you're here. Ooh, Sharon's on your living room TV. Then I'm probably huge and that's scary. But welcome everybody. I've heard several people say they're excited about YouTube because then they can watch it on TV. And I'm thinking many of you have larger TVs than my face is probably like supposed to be on. And I don't know why it does this where it like makes my face all funky, but we're gonna work with it. How's the sound? I gotta get my Stampin' Lips on. So, oh good, I'm so happy. I feel like I'm echoing in my office here a little bit. I was just watching Christmas Story was on and I just was laughing at some of the lines in that movie. My favorite is, my father worked in profanities the way some artists work in pastels or oils. That always makes me giggle. So I hope that you guys are doing well tonight and that you're finding me. I was thinking, I don't know if I pinned the post with the link, but I think it'll be okay. And thank you for putting up with me. I had planned to post all of my photos today from our live on Tuesday, but my day kind of was hijacked from me a little bit, which was very sweet. So it was lovely to spend some time with my husband, and that was really nice. We are just about done Christmas shopping, which is pretty good. Thank you, Internet, for helping me this year. But we got a few things at the mall, and that's looking good. I'm hoping I just heard that there's a place here in Davenport where you can blow glass ornaments. My assistant Whitney told me about it. And so you can like call and um, just schedule a class where they teach you how to blow glass. And so you can make a glass Christmas ornament. So I'm really hoping to do that as kind of one of our family Christmas gifts this year. So that we could do that as a thing together. I think that would be kind of cool to do. So looking forward to that. I also I will keep you posted on if that happens. Oh, I was looking for my iPad. I also am hoping to be done working probably by this weekend, pretty much be done for a few days. We have our live, I can't remember when our live is. I think it's after Christmas. But my goal is to have a little bit of a break over the holidays from work. And my husband's home, my kids are home. So I'm pretty excited for some time to not think about work. Is that terrible to say? I hope not. I think you guys get it. Excuse me, I work a lot. So I'm anxious. I work a lot. I'm excited for a break. I think that will help spur on the creativity. But I have to say that I'm fairly excited about our projects for tonight. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I have maybe we'll do one extra card tonight. I've got a couple of our projects feature some new things, which I figured you guys wouldn't be too upset about. Oh, did I not cut paper for that? I think I need to cut, I didn't cut the layout card for the last project, which we'll do quick, but I think you're gonna like these cards, and I'm curious if you're surprised by how they actually turned out or what they are or whatever. I don't know. I think you're gonna like them, is what I'm saying. Ooh, I just saw a comment and it disappeared. Here we go. You're supposed to be on vacation for the rest of the decade. That sounds good, doesn't it? I love that. The rest of the decade. But then I've also heard people say that, like, what's the last thing you're gonna do in the decade? And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's pressure. Like, so anyway, I think the last thing I'm gonna do in the decade is stamp some awesome projects for my Facebook class people. So again, I think we have all of the bugs worked out. If you were with us Tuesday when the sound was horrible, I figured out what it was. I have this, and this is actually one of those portable speakers that Stampin' Up! Gave us on a trip, and I was rocking out to some Christmas music for before I went live, and it didn't turn off until I was done with my live. So the audio was going through the speaker thing, and that's why it sounded all distorted. I would love to say that I will re-record it, but I'll be honest, I'm not going to. I think that would take me several hours to recut the paper and reshoot the video and upload it and post it, and I can't. But I will post the projects for you. They weren't terribly complicated, so I think you'll get the gist of them just fine. And you can watch the video without the sound, and it's fine. I mean, you know what I mean? I motion with my hands pretty well so you can see what's happening. Anyway, I think it's time to start stamping tonight because I am excited about these projects. And after this, I'm either going to finish my class that's supposed to go out today, or I'm going to go relax and I'll finish my class that's supposed to go out today, tomorrow morning. I have all the videos shot, but none of them are uploaded and the internet is at a place. I have a blog hop that goes live actually while we're on here, and fingers crossed that everything worked because it was taking a really long time. It told me that my blog or my video would upload by 8:30. And I was like, the blog hop goes live at 8, but it actually finished. So I think, well, I don't know, my husband did a little magic on the computer and things sped up. I think there was something, the backup system we have, it was bogging things down. Anyway, that's enough chatter. I'm just picking up a couple things in my little messy area here, and then I'm going to flip the camera, which also reminds me, I was going to do this on the November group, but I had a challenge that I issued for the November group that I would draw a name for something out of the new catalog to someone who posted a card with the November inspiration, I think was what I asked. Or maybe I did a challenge, I can't remember. But anyway, I'd promised cards, and I haven't done the drawing yet because that's when all my Facebook issues were so horrible. But I do have names for the drawing, and I thought maybe we should just do it right now before I forget. And then also so I can get it mailed out to you right away in case you're home and want to stamp over the holidays. So anyway, I have several names here, and I'm just going to draw one. I'm going to put them in, got a little bag here that I'm going to put them in, and then I'll draw one. And my prize is a brand new bundle. It's called Honeybee, and it's got framelits too. It's out of the new catalog. And then there's Celebration Choice. One of the Celebration choices is printed paper that coordinates. And I don't know why. See, like when I get close, then it doesn't look so crazy on my face. But then if you're watching on TV, my face is probably huge. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. And the winner is Lisa Laframboise. I don't know if I'm saying that right, Lisa, but you know who you are. So Lisa, I'm pretty sure I have your address. So I will get this out in the mail to you. Congratulations. You are the winner of the Honeybee bundle. And I will be posting another challenge for our December participants. Most of you are subscribers and are with me every month, but I will post another challenge pretty, and I will be giving away another bundle probably from the new holiday, oh my gosh, occasions catalog. I'm so used to saying holiday catalog. It's occasions. So anyway, congratulations. Sorry for the delay. All right, are you guys ready to stamp? I'm gonna flip my camera, so close your eyes for just a moment while I get everything situated. And Karen, you're right. You got the bees on there. That's awesome. Okay, so we have 3 layouts as always, and I gotta grab my Sharpie marker and we will write them up. Now, this first one, I'm sure it's not really groundbreaking as far as a layout, but I think it's a good reminder of don't forget to do this kind of layout. So, and what actually prompted me was one of my team made a gorgeous card, which I'll show you in a second, which prompted me to suggest this as a layout for our class today. So I'm just going to get my Post-it. So we're going to take a half a sheet of vellum, and I often get asked how to make cards with vellum or how to incorporate vellum into your card making. And so I thought this would be great. Also, just now, like literally just right now, it dawned on me that we have vellum cardstock in colors, and I did not think of that until just this very moment. And so I did not incorporate that in any of my projects, but maybe we can slip one in. You never know. That sounds terrible. Okay, so for this, you're going to need a 3x4 piece of Whisper White. You're going to need a 3x4 piece of printed paper or Whisper White, and then a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 piece of cardstock, and then a label or punch or shape or of some kind. Okay, so let's put this together. I'm going to tell you that, like I said, this isn't a groundbreaking layout, but I think it's a reminder that yes, we can make layouts like this. Now, one thing I will tell you, and let's actually just see here. I'm going to scam and use a little fast fuse. I'm going to center this on my card like so. And then, of course, you're going to be able to see the fast fuse on the inside. If this bugs you, just put a piece of cardstock over it, such as a 3x4 piece of cardstock. I didn't cut one for that, but you could definitely do that. And you can use snail for this too. I just happen to have my fast fuse here. It's probably a little easier than liquid glue just because liquid glue might move around on you. But what I did is I lined that up right there. And so when I open this up, it's positioned in the right spot, but then it's also completely covered by the front of my card. Okay. And then I will pop up my little thing here. That sounds dirty too. Okay, so let's write all of that onto a piece of cardstock. So this is December 2019, live number 2, card 1. And so we're going to need a half a sheet of vellum. Oops, that's S-H-E-E-T. Oh my gosh. S-H-E-E-T, vellum. And by the way, not all vellum is the same. Our vellum cardstock from the Stampin' Up! Catalog is thicker than like just regular old vellum that you might get someplace else. We used to carry both kinds, but I think basically the thicker vellum was just so much better. Everybody got that and they never used the old kind. So there you go. All right. Then we also have a 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 piece of cardstock, a 3x4 piece P, and a 3x4 white. And then this could also be white. Okay. And then a label of some kind. All right. So that's going to be this one. And then I would actually even say that you could even have 2 of these. And then that way you could hide the one, the
adhesive for the inside. So if you had two, I guess I'm gonna amend that and say have two pieces. Okay, so let me show you. This is the first one I want to show you is the card that I got. This is, and I'm laughing because all my stamp cards are stuck to this one. This is a card that one of my downline made and had for our team meeting this past week when I was in Ohio. And so here is her beautiful card. And look at, she just wrote out all the little supplies and everything. That's so sweet. Now the other thing, and you can see she covered up her adhesive too. So there you go. Great minds think alike, huh? But she is a really wonderful stamper. She used the printed paper from the Magnolia Lane or Magnolia Lane DSP. And then there's even more card. Well, let's see, it's all on here. Here's a card claiming stamp. Magnolia Lane DSP Taylor Tag Punch. Blah 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 blah. I guess she didn't. I thought she was. Well, what I was going to say is that the Memories and More cards are perfectly sized. They're that just perfect size for this is what I'm trying to say. Oh, look, and hers opens up like this. I didn't even catch that part. But isn't that cute? So, if you want to do it that way too, you can. Now, in mine, I adhered the DSP to the front just because, I don't know, I just did. But hers, of course, is on the inside. So that's actually, I do like how she did that. So, all right. Oh, I know. Maybe, did she use? No. Okay. But very cute. All right. So she made that. And let me show you what I made. All right. So the first card that I have is going to feature my favorite stamp set. And also, I will tell you, I'm a little bit over Christmas right now. I'm just kind of spent on making Christmas cards. And so I wanted to do something else besides Christmas. Are you guys done with Christmas cards? I mean, I'm excited about Christmas and everything, but I've been making Christmas cards since July. And so I'm kind of ready to be done with them. So anyway, I hope you don't mind. I do have a Christmas card. I've got a couple Christmas cards for tonight, but I'm a little low in them. And I saw somebody had asked specifically for a Christmas card. And honestly, I pulled the stuff out and tried, and I just couldn't. I really couldn't figure anything out. So, all right, I'm about to mail like 200 and some cards. So there you go. All right. Now, our next card is going to be, this is actually pretty cool. And you know what? I'm thinking maybe we'll try it with, here is actually kind of a brilliant way to do this. And this dawned on me as I was opening this up. These are the small Memories and More cards in the Memories and More card pack. And the funny thing is the video that I have posting on my blog tonight for the blog hop uses the larger, the 4x6 sized cards. And this is perfect for those smaller cards, which you might not use as often, mostly because you can't mail them. They're whatnot, but you can't mail them. However, they do fit Memories and More cards. And so that's handy. So we're going to do it like this, just to change things up a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to stick with the snail. I know I'm kind of a rebel that way. All right, so there's that. And then I might actually just omit that layer. But okay, so I die cut the big bold butterfly that is part of this. And now as I'm doing this, I'm like, I should not have done that, but I can stamp on this. That's okay. I'm all discombobulated because my day just has not panned out the way I thought it was going to, but that's okay because it was better. All right, so I've got a bright, happy color combination for today. I've got poppy, melon, mango, and granny apple green, and I just love these bright, fun, happy colors, especially after all of this business. So I'm going to take and remove this hair. I think that's a dog hair. Oh my gosh, my dog, I pet her. It was covered in fur. And I was like, oh my goodness, how did this happen? So I'm just going to stamp some of my images here. Then I'll do the detail on top full strength. Like so. And then I'm going to do the smaller, let's see, in Mambo. And once again, I'll stamp off that first layer. Actually, you know what I'm going to do first? Because I don't know about you guys. Normally I go from smallest or largest to smallest when I'm random stamping. But what I've noticed is I often run out of room for the leaves. So I'm going to add the leaves now before I'm completely out of space. And then I will fit the flowers in between those areas. Okay. And one thing I really like about this is using a little bit of Melon Mambo Happy Parade. Those are two colors I wouldn't necessarily put together. And I think they look fantastic together, as it turns out. So my sweet little Carl is sick. I say sweet little Carl because I usually don't refer to him that way, but when he's sick, he's pretty sweet. He has a terrible cold, and he actually came home from school yesterday. He apologized a bunch of times for coming home early. And I was like, Carl, you had a fever. They didn't want you there. And they also sent an email home about, like, don't send him back. And he begged to go to school. So I let him because it's the last day before break. So I let him. Okay, now I'm also going to stamp off some of these flowers in Mango Melody and just kind of fill things in. And doesn't that just add a nice little touch to stuff? And I'm actually just going to go right there. So isn't that kind of cute? I like the look of it. Our bright, happy, happy colors. I love the look. And I'm going to go ahead and put them on the inside of this. And that will just kind of soften all the colors and look fantastic. So I really like that. Isn't that kind of cool? Now, let's not get the ink on our vellum. Okay, so we'll adhere this like so. And then I'm also going to, this is going to go on the outside, but then I'm also going to take and stamp my sentiment on the inside. So it's going to be a little bit more subtle. And, oh, goodness gracious, we're having some problems here. I didn't get it on the card though, so it's all good. Okay. So there we go. Oh, I did get some on the card. Shh, don't tell anybody. They'll never know if we don't talk about it. There, my butterfly will totally cover it. All right, so I'm going to adhere my butterfly just in the center. And I think I'll use some glue dots for that. Like so. Oh, so pretty. Isn't that cool, you guys? Okay, now I'm going to do just a little bit of embellishing. Kind of just bare bones here. And put a couple of rhinestones just on the front of this card. And I really, really, really like this layout. I love the vellum. Oops. So much. So much. And I'm just going to put a couple of these on the front, and that just, everything's better with a little bedazzling. And then, of course, you can write on the inside, so that's perfect. Okay, and then the white doesn't really show the adhesive much, so that's kind of awesome. But if you wanted to put something to cover that up, you can certainly do that. So there's our first card, or our second, I guess, technically. Okay, so then my next card is kind of another fun version of this. And this time we're going to put stuff on the outside and the inside. And then we might whip out one more because I really like this layout. We might whip out one more if you don't mind humoring me. I'm sure you won't mind, right? And we're going to use that Peaceful Poppies DSP because I love it so much. All right, so on this card, I have the printed paper from the Free as a Bird, and I was working on my Free as a Bird class this morning. And so I'm going to put this on the outside of my card. And then I wanted to add this layer, but it was kind of dark. So I thought it would be cool on the inside. And there again, we're going to get rid of the adhesive issue by covering it up. So what we're going to do is center that. And here's where liquid glue is amazing because you can center it quite easily. And you'll put it in like that. You could do printed paper too, but that's just what I had chosen for this particular card so that you can write on here. Now, likewise, I'm going to do the same thing as before. I'm going to center this right here, put my adhesive down. I should have used fast fuse, but whatever, it doesn't matter. And then adhere it to the back of your card. And I guess you could die cut yet one more label and then cover up the adhesive, but that's how you're going to write in your card. So it's still kind of fun. Okay, and to embellish this, here we go. I'm going to keep it real simple, but I'm just going to take and stamp a sentiment on a little strip of paper in basic gray ink. And kind of adhere it to the front. I did this every time I've stamped this. First of all, it's on my block crooked. Second of all, it's upside down. Third of all, I'm not good at this sometimes. There, much better. All right. And then I'll take and punch this. We'll put this on the top. With some dimensionals. And do you know what else we need? A little bit of silver metallic thread. So I'll kind of put that right in here. I like to just get the ends in my adhesive so they're not sticking out too bad. And there we go. So there's our card. Very fun. All right, now here's one on the fly. Okay, got another vellum sheet. And I am going to pull out my Peaceful Poppies Designer Series paper because I love it. I'm going to close up these ink pads though, because I'm sure some of you are already upset that they're still open. Okay. And I'm going to, now this is the paper let's see, I pulled it out for my video earlier today. What did I do with it? Ooh. Oh, it's right behind me. Hold on. I was going to say, oh my gosh, I had it earlier. What did I do with it? So here is that paper. It's so pretty. Just look at that. Just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous papers. I've actually used a bunch already. So I'm thinking we're going to go traditional. And grab my trimmer here. So we'll cut a 3x4-inch piece here. And then let's see. We're going to use another one of those Memory and More cards. Just because we can. I wish I would have figured that Memories and More thing out earlier. So this is really just folded, it's 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So it's 6 1/2 by 4 1/4. And then you can see our card will fit on there, which is perfect. So pretty, 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 pretty. We're going to put this on the inside. I'm going to use fast. It did not show much. Snail will work too. Okay. But on the outside, this is what we're going to do. And in the video, you're going to, if you go to my blog for the video that I'm posting for tonight, this is actually on one of the things that I show, but I die cut up a whole bunch of pieces, and then when I need one, I can just come to this and pull out what I need. So, although I'm looking, thinking the ones I need, I don't have in here. Because I don't have, let's see, that's red. So I just need to die cut a poppy solid one really quick. So if you will bear with me, I will do that. And then post it on here. And then, oh, look, maybe we'll add that to it as well. This is from this suite as well. And actually, you know what? We could just put this piece on here because it's so pretty, and then just add one of the centers. All right. So I've got the centers as well. Die cut. I'm going to take that one. So let's see. I think we need to pop. Well, just adhere this down. Like that. What do you guys think of this? And then we'll add the center in the middle. I gotta stop using my fast fuse. Like that. Oh my gosh, isn't that beautiful? And then the only thing I don't like is that doesn't quite fit on there right. So I wonder if I can pull this off and reposition it so it's up just a little higher. And then that'll fit down there. The only thing I also don't like about it is it's covering up so much of that pretty paper. So we might just leave it like that, and then we can just stamp our sentiment on the inside. So there's that. Isn't that pretty? I really like this one quite a bit. Can you tell? It's just so pretty. Okay, so I guess I could put this on the inside since the sentiment's already on there and everything. Thinking of you with all my heart. So nice. So there we go. Okay, that's a cool card. All right. So that was card number 1. Now, the other thing, by the way, is these cards are really thin. Like, look at all of them in this stack. So they're really thin, which is nice for mailing purposes. I was going to say shipping, but mailing is more what it is. Okay, let me clear off my stamps. And we'll do round 2. All right. There's a bunch of new Parisian stamps that this whole suite or this card layout would be really cool for. Okay, now our next card, I'm going to show you first this one. This came from my friend Andrea, and she made me this sweet card a while back, and I really liked the layout. And this is also not like a new fancy one, but it's kind of an old one that maybe we forgot about. It was really popular back in the day, but then it kind of went by the wayside. So let me show you this one. All right, now in the directions, I did give you dimensions for these inside pieces, but I don't actually think I cut them for tonight, but that's okay. All right, so you're gonna want your trimmer with your scoring blade for this. And here again, maybe we'll do a Peaceful Poppies card with this because it's just so pretty. All right, so if we forgo the insides, we can make an extra card. How about that? All right, so I'm going to score this at 4 inches and 8 inches, or just flip it and do 4 and 4. Same thing. So I started with a 12 by 5.5 inch piece of printed paper. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and measure this at 2 3/4 inch. Now I'm not cutting or anything, I'm just measuring. And so I'm going to take a pencil mark and just put a little line right there, and then another one at the bottom, which is off screen, but it's there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from the score line to my little mark. Okay, and I'm going to trim. Okay. Like so. Save that piece. All right, do the same thing over here. My little mark is probably, you can't really even see it. I can barely see it, but I know it's there. My mark and my score line. Okay, and then I'm gonna cut. And again, saving that piece. All right, now what you end up with is this. And this might just be more than we can all handle with these stripes, but it'll be okay. All right, so we've got that. We're going to fold it in, and then we're going to fold it back on itself like that. Okay, and score. And so our finished piece, and by the way, when I was making this, I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is really cute just as it is. Like, this would be a cute card layout too, but we're gonna do it as promised. Maybe we'll do that layout another time, because I kind of was thinking, ooh, I could really have some fun with it. All right, so now here's the deal. We've got this as our layout, and so now luckily the stripes are not too much. You can do it either way. Now here I think the stripes are a little frightening, so I like it like this. Okay, so I think that's kind of fun. And then what you can also do is take that piece of paper that you cut off, and it actually, let's see, this one goes over here. wait. It's going to fit on here. Why am I doing this wrong? Here we go. Like this. And so you just fold the tip in like so to get it. Now what I want to do is test this. Yeah, that looks pretty good before I glue it. Okay. So it does matter a little bit what the direction of your printed or what your print is. Some of these will work better than others, of course. That is always the case when using printed paper and folding it and doing different things. You know, it just kind of depends. But I do like that. That looks good. It's not too much. Okay, then the other portion of this, and again, we're going to fold that point in. The other portion of this is we're going to put a belly band around it as well. Okay, but first we need to glue this. So we'll see how these stripes line up. But this is going to be a lot of fun with different printed papers. Another reason I didn't do, there's so many of our Christmas printed papers have sold out. So, oh look, they just line up perfect. So that's awesome. Then I took this print to wrap around for the belly band. Now you really only need 1.5 inches by 8.5 inches, but I had this big long strip that was just perfect. So we'll just do the whole thing, and we're just going to put adhesive on here like so. Now you don't want to wrap it around so tight that it won't slide off, but that's pretty easy. Okay, and then finally, let's see, where did it go? Oh, I have a label to put on here. So we'll pop that up. And I'm going to put all the dimensions for this on. I'll post it again. Okay, so this is our card number 2. Have any of you guys ever made this? All right, so we need a 12 by 5.5 inch piece of DSP. Then we need, and then I'm just going to write measure at 2 3/4. That's where that line was that I did the measurement and then I cut. So, and then for the inside of our card, I don't actually have this on mine, but for the inside of the card, you can take a 3 3/4 by 5 because you want some room to see the patterns. Piece of cardstock, and then a 3 5/8 by 4 7/8 white. These two are for the inside. And then a label or whatever for the outside. Okay, so that is this card. Yeah, Connie's made one a few years ago, right? It's been a while. So I think this is really kind of a fun layout. So we've got this one. This was celebration paper from several years ago. You might remember all of this good stuff. But now I've got this paper. This is, so I pre-cut a little bit of this. So again, I'm scoring. Oops, I should write this on here. Measure at 2 3/4. Then I'm also going to say score at 4 8. Okay, so again, we'll score at 4 8 on my 12-inch piece of paper. We'll measure to 2 3/4 and then cut from that 2 3/4 to the fold line or the score line. Okay, and so you get, I don't know, like a mountain, a speed bump. This kind of reminds me of a speed bump. Okay, so we'll fold it in and then fold it back. And it does help if you use a bone folder to get really good creases in your folds. I was hesitant. You can score this, at a certain spot. It's actually 2 1/8. But I hesitate with that because if they don't line up, then it usually looks really dorky. So I thought folding it is better because you're a little bit more likely to line it up, perfectly. By the way, this is from the Free as a Bird printed paper because I've been working with this lately. And then again, that piece will go there. By the way, this part is optional. You don't have to use it. It's just kind of nice to kind of carry that geometric sort of design along through everything. I do like it. Okay. So we'll put this on. And I have to laugh. I never create the cards in the order in which I have them in my list. I usually create them out of order. So this was actually the last one I was doing before going live. And it was also the one like I said, I didn't cut the inside pieces for this at all. Whoops. But that's okay. We always make it work. All right, I really like that. Now, for my belly band, one of the things to consider is you've already got a lot going on here. So maybe a more simple band to go around it is a good idea. So in this case, I was going to use a piece of black. And I don't know what happened to my piece of black, so I'm going to cut another one because I've been looking for it and I don't see it. All right, so I just need 8.5 by 1.5. And then I'm actually going to score at 1/2 inch because that'll give me a really nice crease for the little tab to adhere. Okay, this will make sense in just one moment. All right, so I'm going to put this around like so. And then you can see I've got my tab, and then we'll just line this right up with that tab. You can use tear-in tape, but honestly, my favorite adhesive is actually liquid glue. I think it works very well for something like this. I'm just going to hold that for a second to let it stick. And there we go. Now we can add a little design, or I'm sorry, a little punch to this to kind of finish it up. And I'm thinking in this case, just a Whisper White would be good. Let's see, what did I do with my scrap of white? Oh, I've got a piece right over here. Okay, I also have to tell you guys, I got a, I'm calling it a microwave cart. But I bought a microwave cart to put next to me because normally my Big Shot is on the table behind me. I've kind of got like a center island in my office table, and that's where my Big Shot normally is. But I got this little microwave cart, and it's about, maybe 15 inches deep and maybe 24, maybe 30 inches wide. And it's got a couple shelves on it. I'll show you in a second here. It's kind of a mess. It's always a mess when I'm getting ready for a video, but isn't that cute? I know, why did I stick that on before I stamped the sentiment? Ugh. Okay, so I'm going to change my sentiment and see what I can put on here that will stamp nicely. Let's see if this birthday will work. Okay, this is from Special Celebrations. Get a bigger block. Anyway, I set my Big Shot on this table, and so I can die cut right next to me, so I don't have to like get up and go behind and all of that. So that's kind of exciting. That's really exciting for me. Okay, and hopefully, oh, that stamps pretty well given that I put it on there. Okay, so that's our little card. Then on the inside, we can add a little piece of cardstock, and I think I'm going to leave it white. But I sometimes feel like it's sort of a sacrilege to cover up all that pretty design on there. But it is what it is. Now on this stamp set has like a coordinating sentiment to go on the inside. And I don't know if Kathy's here, but I know that's her favorite, is to have a coordinating inside of her card, of your card. And so we'll stamp that. But it's kind of cute. It's a cute little saying. I'll stamp it and then we can read it. Hope your day brings just what it should. Happiness, health, and everything good. And then you can see it's down there low enough. Now, one more little thing that we can do. So I've got another piece of this printed paper, and we can take and actually, I'm going to do this one right here. We can cut out and fussy cut a little flower bunch and just adhere it to the inside. And it will be just like a cute little accent. So bear with me for just a second. This would definitely have been something good to do before we started our live, but it's not too bad. So I'm just cutting around this little printed paper piece, and then we'll adhere it to the inside of our card. And maybe we'll have just a little bit peeking out to kind of say, yep, there's something fun on the inside. You're going to want to open this, because that's always a good idea, I think. And then our next card is going to feature some of the new Celebration printed paper called Lasting Lily. It's really vibrant, pretty paper. So I think you guys are going to like that one. And it also showcases a new punch that we've got. And I have no idea what it's called. The punch. How do you like that? Okay, so, yep, it's just going to peek out a little, like there's something fun in there. Okay, very cute. And if you want, you could add another flower on the front of this as well. But in the interest of time, I won't do that. Just because we want to finish tonight. But there's my second card. All right, my next one, like I said, is with, this is some of the new printed paper for Celebrations. This is called, I believe, Lasting Lily. Or no, Lily Impressions. It's something like that. Oh, Lily Impressions sounds a little bit more accurate. And the funny, really funny thing about this is I'm pretty sure I cut this wrong, like it's on its side. But the nice part is that it's literally an impressionist painting, so you can't tell. I'll show you what I mean in a second. And well, actually, we'll verify because I can't remember if it was wrong or not. It's, I don't know. But I thought that might make you giggle, because it's probably something you all have experienced yourselves before. Okay, so there we go. Isn't that pretty? But yeah, I think it's, oh, I know, it's upside down the way I did it, because I think these are supposed to go like that. But it's impressionist paper, so it's really, you can't tell. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. All right. But what I do know is that this is gorgeous. So what I did is I took another piece in this printed paper, and I just cut it. And then we'll actually, I'm going to score that little tab because that was pretty handy. I'm going to go just under a 1/2 inch because you do have a little kind of thickness that is taken up by the paper itself. But we'll just make it not quite so tight. Because again, we want our recipient to be able to open this or figure out how it works. A lot of people don't, we might get how belly bands work, but people who are not stampers don't necessarily get how belly bands work. Okay, so there's our little belly band. And then I stamped Hello Friend right here on this new punch. And I can't decide if I like it or not. But it's really pretty. But like I said, I can't decide if I like it or not. So, you know, what it is, what it is. But I'm going to pop this up and then we're going to embellish it a little. We've got another thing that we've got that's new and they're really kind of fun. It's a celebration choice. They're sequins with some coordinating linen or like twine. So we could put a few of these on here. I suppose we could do yellow too, but I kind of like the orange ones. They come in Bermuda Bay. I don't know if these are so saffron, I think. And then this orangey color, which could be, it could be anything. But I like that there's a little texture to them. They're kind of cool. So, okay. So let's put those on. I'm going to use glue dots. And we'll stick these on. I love my take your pick tool for stuff like this. It just makes it all go so easy. But one thing you do need to be a little bit aware of is that this will affect the belly band just a skosh. It's probably not going to be bad. Yeah, it's not too bad. But it does affect that belly band just a little. Okay, and I'll pop this up. Put these in an empty container. This is how they came. They came exactly like this, Catherine. So they were already in, it doesn't have a label on it. It's in a Ziploc here. I think I have another one sitting here. Give me 1 second. But look at that punch. I love the punch. Oops, I just dropped it. So here's the package. Metallic Baker's Twine and Sequins Combo Pack. So this is a celebration choice, and it comes with this and these. That's how it arrives. So there you go. Is that what you're talking about, Catherine? I don't know. Okay. So anyway, I love the look of this, and it's really pretty. Now, one thing that's kind of nice about this particular design is you could write right on here. It's not so busy of a print. You know, it's just plain on the inside, so I kind of like that. Anyway, I think this paper is going to be awesome for that type of project. So I'm looking forward to doing some more like that. Okay, now let's go to our final card layout because I think I did some extras on this too. Because I was having fun. I actually had to stop making cards for this one because I was like, oh, I gotta finish. I was having so much fun with it. So that's what made me think about how I do things, not necessarily in order. All right. I didn't have much for stamps on these ones. There's not a lot to clean up, which is lovely. All right. On this last layout, oh, this was the one I didn't actually make the layout for. We can do that real quick. So we're going to start with a 1/2 sheet of cardstock. And then we're going to have a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of cardstock. And then we need a couple of pieces of printed paper. So we need a 3 3/4 inch piece of printed paper. We also need a 1 1/2, let me verify that. Yes, 1 1/2 by 4 1/2 inch piece of printed paper. So that's going to be this piece. And this is only going to make you a little dizzy. And then we also need a little strip that's 5 inches by 1/4 inch. So it's pretty skinny. And this is kind of the fun piece. And wait till you see my samples. This is where they're really cute. I've got 2 Christmas, well, one's kind of a Christmas card. All right, so, and I'll of course write all this on a Post-it for us. But this is a great way to use patterns that kind of coordinate together, but don't necessarily, or they don't have to go together. By the way, I put that up a little high, so let me scooch this down. It's more in the center, a little bit above center, but kind of in the center. All right, and then I'm going to put this right here like that. Okay, and then this is where it gets awesome. We're going to put this strip right down, and having a nice contrast for this little 1/4 inch strip is perfect. Okay, we'll adhere this to our card, and then we need a label or something. Okay, I thought I had one out here. Let's see, this one. Oh, that's kind of big. There we go. This will work. All right. You know what? I think the label I put on the first card, well, whatever, it doesn't matter. I used a label on something that was supposed to go on this, but this works just fine. And actually, maybe I can get it all written on here. Okay, so this is December 2019 live number 2 card number 3. All right, so we're going to need a 1/2 sheet of cardstock, a 4 by 5 1/4 cardstock, a 3 3, wait, is that right? 3 3/4? Yeah. 3 3/4 square DSP, 1 1/2 by 4 1/2 DSP, 1/4 by 5 cardstock, and then a label or a shape. Okay, so I love this one, and I did have a jolly good time putting together some cards for that. So our first card is going to be kind of fun. This uses the pieces of the peacock printed paper. And, you know, I struggled on this one. And actually, how about you tell me what you think? So I have it on crumb cake, but I couldn't decide if I liked that. What if we tried white? Because that was kind of my other thought. So crumb cake on here, and I've got my scallop piece. So that's one option. Or white. And I do have a white label. So do you like crumb cake or white? Tell me in the comments. And actually, I'll let you vote for a second, and then I'll start putting the others together. So let me know what you think. And then I'm going to put this one as my favorite. Okay, so this one. Okay, we've got a crumb cake and a white. Black. Interesting. White, white. I know I'm kind of leaning towards white too, but keep telling me what you like. Crumb cake. All right, crumb cake 2, white 3, black 1. Oh, crumb cake 3. All right, so this is from the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas suite. And I've been using some of this printed paper. I like it, and it's one of the only ones available right now. So I pulled a piece out, and this is kind of a cool color combination. So this is Real Red and Cherry Cobbler, 2 colors I don't normally put together. And then this is Pretty Peacock. So I thought that was kind of a clever little color combination. And then the other thing that I love is that I combined it with our red glimmer paper, and how awesome is that little stripe? Pretty cool, huh? I just scooch this down just a touch. And this piece should have been a little lower, but I was talking about my color coming to that down, and I just love this piece. And it's even better when we combine it. So I've got my little label here. And then I've got my 'Tis the Season that I die cut out of that same red glimmer paper. And how awesome is this? Oh my gosh. It just makes me happy. Okay, I'm thinking crumb cake is in the lead, you guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 crumb cakes and 4 whites, 1 vanilla, and 1 black. I think crumb cake is winning, so we'll put that card together in just a second with crumb cake. Okay, but I've got this. So I wanted, again, I didn't want to cover up too much of that printed paper because I just loved it. So since we are in the mood for vellum tonight, I die cut a vellum label, and we're going to just put this on here. Ooh, another vote for white. You guys keep voting. Keep on voting, telling me what you want. Oh, another for crumb cake. I love it. It is a divided group tonight. All right. I'm going to grab my little sponge trick, and we'll adhere this. Don't rip it, Dina. We'll adhere this on here. Like so. Oh, so cute. Isn't that just so stinking cute? Can you tell I really like this one? Okay. No, that's not going to work. All right, now I'm going to put, I'm just going to hide a couple glue dots under the words so that you don't really see them. But I like this so much. All right, and then we'll just adhere this to our card. I just thought that was so stinking cute. So maybe I'm crazy, but I did really like it. You know what I miss is you can't do like the flow of hearts when you guys like something. I always liked seeing you guys make all the hearts pop up, so that was kind of fun. We can't do that on YouTube Live. That's no good. Okay, thank you, Dolly. Dolly likes it. That's awesome. All right, so next, let's come back, and I think crumb cake won the vote. It was close. It was very close, but we're going to do vanilla, or no, crumb cake. My gosh, what is wrong with me? Crumb cake. Oh, now you're giving me hearts. I love it. You can still use your heart emoji, so that's good. You know what my new favorite emoji is? The one where the head is exploding. That one makes me, well, I feel that. With all of my technological issues lately, that one kind of resonates with me the most because I have felt like my head is exploding quite a bit lately. Okay, so I thought this would be really fun. And of course, it started with the thought that, ooh, I could just cut one little strip of that vine from the olive pattern. And then, of course, I kind of toiled over which one of these pieces to put down. But I ended up settling on this because this was the piece that was closest to the correct measurement. So sometimes things just work out. All right, so I keep putting this up high and I really want it more centered. I don't know what. I think I'm so accustomed to having even borders on things, and that's why I'm doing that. Yeah, I'm gonna put that down. Sorry, I was tossing around something and I thought better of it. So, okay, so I love this metallic paper. It's just fun and really different. So we'll put that on there like so, and then the piece de resistance is this. I have to laugh. Carl's taking French, and I took French in high school. And of course, this was like, let's see, I graduated in 92. It is now 19, 20. Oh, sounds terrible. I took French my junior and senior year, or my sophomore, junior year, whatever, it doesn't matter. But let's just say I'm many years away from my French education. And he keeps asking me all these things. Well, is this? And does this make, is this? And is this? And I'm like, I don't know. And then he always wants me to quiz him on stuff. I'm like, I have to tell you, sweetheart, it's been 27 years. I can't remember that long. Okay, so my sentiment is from the Stitched All Around stamp set, and I'm going to stamp that in, well, actually, I was going to stamp it in black, but I think I'm going to stamp it in Blueberry Bushel to kind of coordinate with this, and honestly, I don't think it will really matter all that much, but I did have a label, or I should say a scalloped oval for this. And so we're just going to put enjoy your special day on here. And then pop it up on our card. Now, I had half a mind to put some ribbon behind this, and that I was thinking about that earlier, and then I was like, no, we're not going to do that. But what I am going to do is get my Noble Peacock rhinestones out, and we're going to put a few of those down because I think that will be kind of awesome. So I said in the video I have posting tonight, I think maybe it was in one of my class videos, in a video that I've shot in the last couple of days, I said something about how Star Wars is coming out. Did you guys know Star Wars is coming? And it is like a whole thing in my family. And I can kind of take it or leave it. I certainly would never sit out all night to get tickets to go. Not that my husband would. My kids might, but they're young. They can do stupid stuff like that. Anyway, so I do believe tomorrow we'll be going to see that if we can get tickets. Oh, Lordy. Okay. So I'm going to sprinkle several of these rhinestones on here. And they're just so pretty. And I think they just are wonderful. Yeah, look at that. so cool. So yeah, that turned out great. All right. Now my next card, okay, this one I was kind of in the middle of when I was like, oh, it's time to be done. And then I have one more card that I'll show you. So I hadn't quite finished this, but I liked where I was headed in this direction. So this is the Perennial Essence printed paper, which is a fan favorite, and kind of the basis for our second paper, which is part of that celebration lineup. And it's so funny when I look at these daisies, I always think, oh, there's a right side up. And then when I go to lay it down, I have the wrong side up. And dang it, I put it at the top again. See, I'm so like ingrained. And here, we'll flip this over. Okay, give me a second. My goodness. Goodness. I'm so trained to put things with an even border that when I don't have an even border, I really don't know what to do with myself. Okay, so but luckily we could resurrect this one. All right, so I'll just flip that one over, glue that down, and then take this one and put it back down. And not at the top. Just seems wrong to be doing this. Do you guys think that? Oh, it just seems so wrong. And got a little... now we're going to put another piece. So there's two different prints that are similar but different. So we're going to put that piece right over the top here, which is really pretty. And then we've got this piece, which I thought was a really fun contrast for this, which is that green pattern that's in this paper, which is so fun. Oh, I love this paper. Okay. So there we go. And that's kind of where I've stopped. So let's see if we can finish this up. Let me see what I've got for die cuts over here. And I've got this one. What if I took and put some, got my Terran tape here. Well, actually, first, let's stamp end on here. Always a good idea. Ooh. Or, ooh. I'm changing my mind again. Hold on. If you can bear with me for a second, I'm going to grab one of the new sets if I can find it. Oh, stinker, where is it? Okay, I didn't find the one I was looking for, but I found another one. So this is one of the new Celebration sets. And I'm going to pull this Celebrate out and put this on here. I'm trying to decide just maybe in the center. Okay. And ooh, that box not big enough. Now, what color to stamp it in? Goodness, I think I'm going to go with Calypso Coral. But we're going to add a little something underneath here. So I'm going to put a little, Terran tape at the bottom of this. And then I'm going to put some of this petal pink ribbon. I haven't used this in so long because it's not exactly a fall color. So I'm very excited to be doing spring things again. But what I'm going to do is pleat this up. Okay, so trying to decide how much of this I want to have hanging out. But I'm just going to pleat, pleat, pleat. And normally I don't do this way, so let's see. Let's see if we can do it right. This seems a little more normal to me. I remember a time when this was easier. But I think this is going to work out. They won't be the evenest of pleats. Evenest, of course, being totally grammatically correct. But they'll be cool. There we go. By the way, I do enjoy making up words as I go, in case you weren't aware of that. But there's a pretty little pleat. All right, we'll stick that down and then pop this up. It's like my husband's in the other room saying, "That's what she said." I know he can hear it. He can sense it in here. That's what she said. If in case you hadn't heard, it was kind of a long-standing joke in our house because of course I have a teenage boy, so I mean everything is that's what she said, and I also have a husband and everything is that's what she said. Of course, his other favorite is "Bend over and I'll show you," which is a line from Christmas Vacation, and since it is that season, he will probably start up with those again. All right, so look at that. Oh, it's just so pretty. All right, but I feel like we need something over here, and I'm just not 100% sure what. Ooh. Would one of those look nice or cheesy? Ooh, or would one of those? Ooh, it's this one. It's this one. This is one of the Freezabird trinkets, which is really funny because until I had my Freezabird class, I hadn't used these trinkets a single time. And then now I'm like, ooh, they're kind of awesome. All right, so there is our card, and I've got one more sample to show you, which is so cute. The Let It Snow, or the Snowman Season, which I just have, like, I've enjoyed playing with it. I have a ton of cards with this. So anyway, okay, so let me go back and show you our cards from tonight. We had quite a few, and then I'll get these up on the website tomorrow for everyone to view. So we had our, let's see, I'm gonna throw them back in order. And then, ooh, where's my first round of cards? Oh my, what did I do with them? Ah, here they are. They're so skinny, I didn't notice them. Okay, so we've got our first card, which was that vellum card, and we did several versions of it. And this is what's kicked the whole thing off, was this one. And then we had this fun fold card, and we had a few different versions of this as well. Here, I do believe the sky is the limit on this one as far as using printed paper and coming up with fun combinations for it. And then finally, we had this layout, which actually I really enjoyed more than I thought. I thought the vellum would be my favorite, and I really do like the vellum, but this actually ended up being my favorite one. So we had that Christmas one, that fun one, the Perennial Essence one, and then our Let It Snow that I had already made up. So lots of fun stuff tonight. A little bit of everything, I think. We'll get all of this stuff posted for you, like I said, and then we've got one more live this month, and I will see you soon. Have a wonderful Merry Christmas. and spend a few days with your family and enjoy one another. So thank you guys so much. And as always, I love stamping with you. This is my favorite class to prepare for, to stamp with, to do. I just love it. So thanks, guys. We'll see you soon. Bye bye. Merry Christmas.